What do you say, everybody? Happy Monday. It's our Monday Live. Sean Higgs coming at you, Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Doug Upstone in the house right out of the gate for some Monday Live prop action. Hit the like button here on the YouTube channel. Subscribe, notification bell on so you know when we do our live show on Mondays, our Football Friday Live. Me, Doug, and Chipper today did a little bowl action. Brian Bittler on Wednesday with college footies, I think. Matt Fargo doing some NFL, no, college basketball. Then we got Doug and Chip with NFL. No, Matt and Doug with NFL on Thursdays. There's so much to go. We got NBA, we got college hoops, we got bowl games, Doug. But we got a live game tonight. You know, we do this. I do this before the game because I'm not sitting here in gaming being a total degenerate. You can't do that. You know, that's fine for people who don't, want to make money. You'll be living in a covered wagon on the Oregon Trail dying of dysentery. You think you're just a live bet every single primetime game. But Cowboys and the Bengals tonight, there it is, down to a 4.5, total 50. But it's a prop show. I know you have the top play going tonight in this one. So sell that puppy at gamblersworld.net. But the floor is yours. Let's go.
Yeah, well, I'll throw a couple other things too. Just for bettors that if you like the Cowboys tonight, okay, I come bearing some good news. Okay, for one thing, is that road favorites in a game involving two teams that give up 335 to 370 yards after two consecutive games of giving up 375 or more yards. Teams like Cincinnati in that spot, 2-21. Against the spread.
Okay.
Now, if you like the Dallas Cowboys, the underdogs, the Cincinnati Bengals, if you like them as the road favorites here, road favorites often upset loss as a home favorite, winning only 25 to 40% of their games paying against a losing team, 41-14. So little both side actions there. So now you mentioned props, so I'll get to it here. Got anything on anything with Chase Brown tonight?
I do got some props here with Chase Brown. Actually, I got two props for him. Actually, three. I got three.
Go ahead.
So
I'm here to listen.
All right, I got them here. Let me pop them up here in the chat. I didn't start any of them. I put them in the chat. I'm gonna scroll them. We'll put them in the comments section for everybody, and away we go. So, it'd be good if I hit the banner, right? There it is. I'm hitting the wrong thing. So here we go. There we go. So I got him for an anytime tutty, but not one because it was minus money. I'm going to go two tutties for him. It's 3-1. And I got the Chase in there as well because, if you're going to come into any show that I do for a live or any kind of free picture, I'm not going to give out the minus 145s. You don't need me to give you the favorite of a guy who's going to get a touchdown. That's no fun to do that. I know people like to put them in the same game parlays and mix them up. You can do stuff like that. I'm not really into the parlay side of things. I'd rather go 1-1 and break even than go 2-1 and lose money. So those are my tutties. I go 2 touchdowns each with the Bengals guys. But on the Cowboy side of things, I go solo touchdowns. I got Lamb, who's prime target there, plus 140. I'm sure everybody will be on that one. Tolbert, though, here at 450, Doug. This is probably my favorite one that I bet today, followed up by the next guy. This guy is second on the team in touchdown passes. He's got 4. In half the targets that Lamb's gotten. So he does get opportunities to get the ball in the red zone. I mean, plus 450 at a guy who's going to get probably 2 shots in the red zone to get a touchdown at least. And Shoemaker here is I couldn't find a receiver prop on him for yardage. There was none. I went to FanDuel, DraftKings, BOL offshore, looking, PPHs, nothing on him. But they got a touchdown in there for 7-1, and he's a guy who's been catching some passes. I got Cooper Rush. He's not, he's a backup quarterback. He's not going to be back. There's not a lot of time for him to throw the ball all downfield, airing it out. He's going to go to little safety valve kind of stuff. So you're going to give me tight ends at 450? Well, Tolbert's like a 3 receiver, but he's a safety valve kind of guy, down the chain kind of check down guy. And Shoemaker here at 7-1. Those are my touchdowns. Those are my touchdowns for these guys.
There you go. Nothing there to argue with, I don't think.
So I don't know. That's Chase Brown. I also got. I'm going to pop him up here. We'll bring him into the chat so the chat can get him. They can see him on YouTube. And there it is there. And I'll scroll them all. Whoa. Easy there, text. I got it. There we go. Total scroll of all things considered, all thing prop wise underneath. So rushing yards, here our guy Brown again. And it's not like they, as much as they put up a lot of points, it's a Burrow team, right? It's not like they're running the ball a lot. But I do like the under tonight. Now, I have an over at 44.5, but the total's now at 50. That's a big swing. 47 points, I could still win, but 50, I'm not looking to go over 50. I think it's way too easy to say the Bengals are terrible. They lose games scoring 30-something points a game. They're going to give up points. This Dallas team has problems on offense. So I don't think this is going to be a high scoring I don't think I could just write in this score as a 36-30 kind of game. I think the Bengals are going to run the ball a little bit here tonight. I think this is my little game plan for them. I'm going to go outside kind of the thought process here and not think it's 36-30. I think it's going to be 27-20, 26-22, some kind of off kind of kilter number. And I'm going to get plus money with a running back who I think they're going to kind of rely on a little bit today. I don't know. I'm not a huge Burrow guy. I know he puts up great numbers. That's also because you're usually behind in the game. This is not a Cowboy team that's going to come out and drop 40 on you like the Ravens or the Steelers. It's just not happening. So plus 105 and plus 150. I mean, I've seen guys on teams bust runs for 57 yards against the Cowboys. So, I mean, that 80 I could have by halftime. Honestly, I mean, I think he's 2 runs away from 90 yards. Plus 150, sign me up. Receiving yards, I think, again, you got 2 of the best receivers in ball going today. But I'm just going to go Chase here. 100 yards or more is plus 145. Dallas secondary is bad. If he's going to air it out, here's his primetime guy, 145. And again, you can go Higgins. You can go plus monies wherever you want to go. I'm going to go Chase. And on the Cowboy side of things, I'm just going Tolbert over yardage because I wanted to get the old Schooner in there, Schooner tuna with a heart for Mr. Mom fans out there. I couldn't find it. So please, if you find a receiving yards prop on this guy, he has been catching the ball. But I'm just going Tolbert. I don't really love the game tonight. I sort of like Dallas. I got the 1 over 44.5. It's 50. I'm thinking I could still grab a middle of 5.5 points. Might be worth a shot. But I don't know. I didn't move on it. I didn't, sidewise, I think Dallas wins this one, believe it or not, but I couldn't pull the trigger.
All right. Well, I do have a play on the game tonight, and I gave you a couple systems, and I have a different system. Okay, that's 26-4, 86.6%, and so that's the basis of my play for tonight, and that's available at gamblersworld.net, and $25 is what it is. So it's still available.
Forget it.
On that. So 2-1 yesterday. So not bad. Hit the best bet. Had some luck with Miami coming from behind, but sometimes that's what it takes. I think we all know that for sure. And now as far as the prop, I'd like to go. First of all, I don't do as many props, and I like to go more exacting. That I don't like that DraftKings 10-yard range. It just, I don't know.
I don't. Those the band. Yeah, I don't understand that bands. If I'm doing something like a band, money. Yeah, I mean a band like I don't like that. I'd rather just kind of go 60 and 70 yards and think I'm going to get plus money somewhere else that he's going to hit one and maybe get another. I'm not going to be locked into a 9-yard area. I agree with you. I don't like that at all. They do.
Yeah. So that's why I tend to go just with over under exact yardage. So on this one now, it's actually switched from what I got it for this morning. I'm on Chase Brown. Okay, and it was 74.5 this morning. Last I looked, maybe an hour ago, it was 76.5. And then there's one other element that changed. So I'll just give you the reasoning for the play. Brown has actually only surpassed 74.5 3 times this year in 9 starts. Okay. So in that one, however, Cowboys defense, 31st against the rush, 147.6 yards they give up. Okay. That's not good. It's not as bad as Carolina, but it isn't good. And so I think they're going to want to test them in the trenches, which everybody has done. Okay, this year they're just whether Dallas has everybody healthy or not doesn't make any difference. They're just poor against the run. Now here's where I got the logic of taking this one. So I went to DraftKings this morning, and the over under on carries was 16.5, and it was though weighted to the over at 145 this morning. Since then, it's gone to 17.5. So follow my thinking here. So we got 16.5 carries. Brown averages 4.5 yards per carry. So if I think if the public was betting at the time the over, that comes to 76.5 yards, taking 17 carries times 4.5 yards per carry. Now let's add in the Cowboys defense. They give up 4.9 yards per carry. So if we get to that level, that takes it even higher. And then you mentioned about long runs. At home, Dallas gives up 5.4 yards per carry. Okay. So this one, so it has gone up, as I mentioned, to now to 76.5 at 17 carries times 4.9 yards per carry, 83.3 yards. I'm going over.
There you go. So your thoughts with me here with the Cowboys. So I got the Brown at 80 at 105, thinking he's going to get yardage, and their defense is bad. So the 90, a few more yards after that. I mean, you're talking basic run. If he gets a couple bigger jaunts for 17 yards, 12-yard carries, this 90, I think, will definitely be in play. That's go ahead.
No, I was gonna say what's interesting about this game. I mean, it's a bad game. Let's be honest. I mean, I know they're going to sell that. Both teams still have a shot at the playoffs. Okay, that's fine. They can do that. That's their job. But it's a bad game. But what makes it interesting is two bad defenses. So people love points. So there's a reason to think there should be some points potentially. I know you're not thinking necessarily that's the case, but I mean, I can see from a viewing standpoint, there's some logic to think that, so it could make it a more entertaining game. And if nothing else, maybe there'll just be some turnovers that will impact the game in any bunch of crazy ways.
Well, I mean, you got a backup quarterback for Dallas.
Who isn't terrible, by the way.
No, but the team is, though. It's not like when he took over a team 3 years ago that had a good offensive line and a rushing attack and a good defense. You got a defense that's in flux with their coordinator gone, and maybe they'll get a little better as the season progresses, right? As bad as they were, maybe they get better as you get some guys back from injury and you learn the system and kind of get into the flow. But this is definitely not a team that's 13-3 like they used to be. I mean, you have no running game. I mean, Rico Dattle's our leading rusher here, folks. I mean, you got a banged up offensive line. Lamb's banged up. Like, I mean, let's throw this guy out to break his arm. That'll be really good going to next season. I mean, where's this team going? Why don't you play Trey Lance? You know who Cooper Rush is. Does he play Lance?
Yeah, I don't, you can listen to the story of, he gives us the best chance to win. Well, you know what? You're not winning anyway, so why not just try something different for the sake? And because didn't he sign like a 3-year deal or something?
How about a draft? How about a play for a draft pick? Well, you got problems on this team. What are we playing to win for? To get a worse draft pick? Where are we going? We're not making the playoffs. Yeah, what are they thinking?
I don't agree with that. I mean, if not to say teams don't do that, and you only
they don't play to lose. Yeah, it's not like they're out there like, let's hang it up. Yes. Right.
Yeah. So I mean, they're paid to do that. Now, doesn't mean they don't do that. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying from a general standpoint, I would think now, not this game necessarily. When you have a good team versus a bad team, and the good team is smart enough to jump on the bad team to take their interest away, I mean, that to me is always the way to play. If I have the better team late in the season, I don't want to come in. I don't want my team coming in lackadaisical. I want them ready to go because we can put this game away by halftime. Okay. Now that's not this particular game, but
yes. Well, you'd think that Cincinnati is the better team based on coming into this thing. I shouldn't say how they're playing now because the defense is terrible, but offensively, you think they do enough to win this game and get a win and not get eliminated. Like they lose today, they're eliminated from the playoffs. I mean, they have 4 wins. Dallas has 5 wins.
Right.
I mean, Dallas has maybe a crazy outside shot at making some kind of playoff wild card run, but
yeah, I mean 9-8. I mean it could get you there. I don't know. Yeah,
you're behind the Falcons. The Saints got you in the head-to-head. They beat you already, and then you got the Wild West, which is that Western division is just absolutely nuts.
Yeah, well, Seattle's taken over, and like I said, last Thursday I talked about that. I know that you and Chip, I think, liked Arizona.
I thought Arizona was a good spot last week.
Yeah, and like I said, late in the season, I'm a big fan of, and it doesn't always work out, but I'm a big fan of teams that know how to win and teams that know how to lose. And
Arizona knows how to lose, that's for sure.
Got it down.
But we're talking Seattle, so they're a +3 right now, home dog to Green Bay with the extra rest. Like, I like Seattle. I want to take the 3. I'll probably take the 3 because it's 3. That's based on the number. I got to take, give me a field goal with a home dog. That's 4 in a row, 5. But the stretch of games they've had, it's tough to say, to keep it going, right? You had the last second win against the Niners. You beat Arizona in the dogfight. On the road to the Jets. Again, that was kind of crazy. They took a lead and they held on to it late, and then you win in Arizona pretty handily. And now you come home after 2 road wins, 4 in a row versus division, and you got a Green Bay team who's pretty darn good themselves, and you're a dog. Like, why is it so easy to take Seattle? I think Green Bay should win that by 10 when I see them as a 3-point fave.
Yeah, I wonder, though, too, about Green Bay. I mean, that pass defense, man, the numbers aren't bad, but boy, against when they face, above average quarterbacks, doesn't get the job done very often. And you can talk about Jair Alexander. Jair Alexander, I don't believe, has played a half a season in 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. So, you can say what you want about him. To me, that the Packers defense has a lot of good athletes. I just don't necessarily think they're really good football players.
And Seattle, and I like the offense. I mean, they got 2 running backs with what do they got? Each got 7 touchdowns. You got Smith, the receiver, Nijba, Metcalf, Fond, Lockett. They got good players. And you look at Geno's numbers: 14 TDs, 12 interceptions. He's like the Winston of the Northwest.
Yes. The Lewis and Clark. Look what we've discovered. And no, it's just. Geno.
I thought he's been sacked 40 times.
Yeah. The thing is, like with Geno, all of these guys are, let's just call them, they're professional quarterbacks. And he learned to get better. Sam Darnold's learned to get better. And they have limitations. And so, there's a reason there's 5 or 6 really good quarterbacks. And there's a bunch of, a lot. There's the next group, and then there's another group, and then there's the last group, which shouldn't even be in the league. Okay, pretty much any of them almost always recently have worn Raider uniforms, I might add. So sorry to any Raiders fans, but the truth is the truth.
Is it wrong to want to take the Raiders this week?
I don't see. I don't see much good because they're playing next Monday, right? Yeah,
they're home going to the Falcons.
I wonder if Penix will start. That's I thought he had a shot last week or this.
I thought he was going to start last week.
I
thought they were going to pull him. I had a under passing yards for what's his name, Cousins. I had Atlanta, but I was like, you know what? I was locked in before their debacle on Sunday.
Okay,
I thought they'd beat the Chargers.
Like,
you know what? Yeah. They're going to beat the Chargers, and in the homecoming, the line's going to come down. Arizona's going to play. Arizona, Minnesota play a tough game. I thought the line would come down a little bit. And then it was just a total shootout, no defense for the Falcons. He actually played decent, not terrible. But yeah, this Falcon team, what are they doing?
Again,
they're in second place though. So how do you pull the plug on them when they're 6-7?
Yeah, but now you're behind, and I'm not saying Penix is the answer, but do you want to go with what you already know? So if you finish 8-9, are you going to be satisfied and you'll miss the playoffs, or do you take a shot that maybe this guy comes in and starts, raises the level of everybody else's play and can throw some deep passes with some accuracy? I mean, I don't know what the answer there is either. I'm just saying at this point,
if they win with him this weekend or on Monday, whenever this coming week, they're 7-7. Tampa's in LA for the Chargers, which they're off a tough game. Probably should have won that game. But let's be honest. If all goes said and done, Atlanta loses or Atlanta wins, they're 7-7. Tampa loses, they're 7-7, and they're in a tie for first place.
Yeah. The thing is, though, as the team, you can't depend on that because you don't know what Tampa Bay is going to do. You can.
No, you don't.
Yeah. So you have to go with what you know. Do you think you can beat the Raiders with whatever quarterback that you have? Obviously, the answer is yes, but do you do it? And I mean, it's like crazy. Here's the one thing you can't count on. Okay, especially
and they beat Tampa twice, by the way, the Falcons.
Yes,
so they got the
right. Yeah, so they have that. But the Raiders yesterday. So if Cousins throwing all these interceptions, right, of late, okay, throwing the ball over the place. Now, yesterday the Raiders had 3 forced turnovers as Baker Mayfield was doing the same thing yesterday, throwing the ball to God knows where and to whom. But the Raiders had 3 turnovers yesterday. Before that, on the season, Sean, they had 5. So they're all the way up to 8. They're all the way up to 8 now.
That's not bad. So, I mean, I thought they're going to be bad too. I thought they'd be bad this year.
Yeah, the Raiders. Oh God, yes. I have Raider stuff in my closet, my friend. I'm a fan, but I'm like what I was during the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s when being a Cub fan. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing, and that's exactly where the Raiders are. Nothing.
I put the props in the chat, and I saw that we had some spam. And I always say when I come in here, I wanna report it as promotes like terrorism. But I feel if I do that, I'm gonna get a knock at the door.
Yeah.
Some 3-letter agency, like, hello, why are you reporting?
Yeah, that's you know what? Maybe
probably no to do. Or they won't go to my house because this isn't my YouTube channel, but they'll go to Jim will get a knock on the door and hello, yes, sir. Why did you report this? And false flag. It was simple spam, sir, about spamming NFL illegal streams. Why would you say this is bad content?
Well, that maybe that's my outro right there. Because maybe if you change your mind, I'm gone, so then I'm clear. So I think I'm going to go that direction with you.
I can put under. Is it child abuse? Because they're tricking me. Okay. They're trying to trick me. They're abusing my.
So just so everybody knows, it's tonight. Today was Sean Higgs and Chip Tarimbas. So enjoy the show. Okay. And
I'm Chip. Chip's here. Hi. Let me put my hat on.
And so, all right. Well, good luck to you tonight. Good luck to me tonight, and good luck to anybody at gamblersworld.net that picked up my play tonight. And let's get it done. And we will see you, Sean, on Thursday. Good luck to the rest of the show. And I'm out of here, friend.
All right, good luck on the Chase Brown over 76.5. I'm with you because I got his 80 and 90, so I think it's going to get there. So I like that look. I like that.
Perfect.
Look.
See ya.
Right,
Take care.
Take care. Here we go. Let's get to the comments. Gary's in the house. Alternate under 56. Yes. There's my anytime tutties. Bengals. I went the double tutties because I'm not going to come in and lay a favorite. So 2-1 is 2 touchdowns, 3-1 for Chase Brown. For Jamar Chase, 2 tutties is plus 425. On the Cowboys side of things, CeeDee Lamb a 140 and Tolbert a 450. Again, he's second on the team in touchdown catches. I mean, 4 touchdowns and half the targets of Lamb. So I think he's getting one tonight. And Shoemaker 7-1. I couldn't find his receiver prop, but I'll take a 7-1. JK's in the house. So is Michael B. Rushing props, Bengals. There's Brown. So you heard Doug total breakdown on the rushing yards per carry. How many carries going to get? The Cowboys at home giving up yardage at 5-something the game. He liked the 76.5, open at 74. It's moved here since game time or as we approach game time. I like that at 80 at plus money, 90 even more plus money. Sign me up. I think they're going to run the ball a little bit here. Receiving yards, Chase 100 yards for him. 145. I mean, this guy could get to 75-yarder on the opening drive, folks. Let's be honest. 145, worth a shot. We did well with this last week in the Denver Browns game. 9-7, over $1,000 in profit there. So I think we'll do the same here with this plus money. Cowboys, again, I just went Tolbert over 23.5. I didn't get into the Lamb ones. I don't know what to expect from Dallas. I really don't. Shoemaker, I wanted his receiving yards. And again, I didn't ladder these up like we did last week. Just simple. He's going to catch some passes. If you can find the Shoemaker somewhere, I looked on DK. I looked at FanDuel. I looked at Bet Online. I looked at PPHs. I couldn't find it. They got a tutty prop for him. Come on. Give me something else here. What are we doing? Mr. Numbers is in the house. Mr. Soto. He thinks Juan Soto signed with the Yankees. I like Los Cevis plus 450, Fergie 3-1 anytime tutties. Again, I don't hate the Fergie because he's going to kind of check down to the tight ends. That's why I got Tolbert as a third receiver, as a check down guy, and I got the Shoemaker. I don't think I can actually get involved on a side, maybe a live line. Again, I like Dallas. Ban is lifted, no more mute. I told you we'd get it worked out for you. Yankees over Soto, $750 million. That was $400 more than Judge. Do you get it, Higgy? No, I don't get it because my thing was they wouldn't pay him more than Judge. They're not paying him more than Judge. He's on the New York Mets. How are the Yankees paying him? They aren't. They aren't. And when everyone knew, and I said it back, I said this in March, that the Mets were going to outbid the Yankees no matter what. They went crazy for Scherzer. They went crazy for Verlander. This guy was going to pay out the nose. He did. It was never a down, no matter what the Yankees offered. That's why their first $300 million offer, they had to go back. Remember, they had to go back and reoffer. Yeah, because they were so low. The Blue Jays offered more than the Yankees. Didn't make a difference. He was not signing with the Yankees. They weren't going to pay him more than Judge. You could say an offer out, but he was never going to get there. He was never coming back to the Yankees. End of story. John, good to see Mr. Upstone. Yeah, Doug's popping in. Doug's popped in twice. Matt Fargo's popped in before here on the show. Gio says, good to see you. Good luck. Thanks for popping in, Gio. There we go. She's Michael Bean, Mr. Numbers. Good luck. He knows the regulars. Thank you. It's good to see some guests finally back up on Higgy channel. Good job, Doug. Sometimes people come in, sometimes they don't. Hello to Gio. Let's see. I'd like my Tigers to snag Christian Walker since we're not going to get Bregman. Got a few other pieces of mine as well. Couch GM. He's not going. I think, again, I didn't think the Yanks were going to pay $600-700 million for Soto from day one. But the problem is now that Adam Hayes is gone. You could add him. Like, again, if this was 2008 Yankees, they would have signed Adam Hayes. They probably would have gotten Soto. They would have got Burns. But you know what? Now it's over. So now go get Christian Walker. Don't get Alonso. Don't try to be like, well, we're going to one up the Mets. Get Christian Walker. Go get Burns. Go trade for Belly or get Teoscar Hernandez or something in here. They got problems. This is dollar store Yankees. This is, hey, let's get in. Let's kick the tires on Luke Weaver and J.D. Davis and John Birdie and Ben Rice and Jabari Jones. These aren't Tiffany Shopper. These are Tarjay. This is the Tarjay Yankees, not Tiffany. It's Tarjay. Top to you. Breggy turned down 150. You gotta be kidding me. Goodbye to him. Did the Yanks offer him $150 million? He turned down 150. I got to go to MLB.com. Red Sox pursuing Breggy. See, I think Breggy would probably go to the Sox before he goes to the Yanks. I don't think he wants to come to the Yanks. The Yankees didn't like Alex Rodriguez. The guy won 2 MVPs for him. How the hell are they going to take Breggy, who's a cheater? I still think Arenado is going to get dealt somewhere. That's a Yankee move. Let's bring in the old timer. I blocked a bot. Thank you, Mr. Numbers. Good job. Locking in with the King is in the house. Lane Gretzky's here. Yeah, Doug Upstone making an appearance tonight. Daddle over 6.5 yards rushing. He's the reason Dallas has turned things around. Last 2 games, 86 and 112 yards rushing. I don't hate it. I don't know if they turn things around. They played the Giants. Huge pass on tonight's game, but I do have a few player props going on. I like Dallas. I have over 44.5, but I don't like the 50. Small play, Shoemaker, anytime tutty, first of the game. Listen, I'll just be happy with the anytime. I know people jump into the firsts. I don't know. I just want anytime. I get the whole game then. I'm not waiting on one touchdown and it ruins my whole night because I got a bunch of first touchdown guys. Drew's in the house. Welcome. Since field goal kicker is out, so since he's using a backup, maybe a factor in the game. Well, field goal kickers have been pretty bad anyway this year. So it doesn't even make a difference. What time is it? Rush hour. Little Dallas Cowboy. He thinks it's going to be rush hour for Dallas. There we go. Anytime tutties, we did all that. We'll scroll them out as well, too, for you. You can scroll them. We'll see them all at the bottom of the screen. You're going to be live during the football game and all. No. Get out of here before the game starts. I'm not doing live. Bill, what do you say? Do you think the Bengals team total over 27.5? I don't know. I'm sure they should probably get around 29-ish, but why do I feel that Dallas wins this one? I want to say this is going to be like a 26-22 kind of game, 26-23. I don't think it goes over. I really – my initial thought was it's an over game. But now it's at 50. No, I don't. I don't think so. For some, again, did I bet the under? I got under. I don't have under 50. I don't have the Bengals. I don't have the Cowboys. I don't have team totals. I grabbed the touchdown props here. It just seems way too easy the way the Bengals have been scoring to say this is going over because Dallas can't stop anybody. It's going to be 37-28. I don't think so. Plus 10, it's plus 105 on that? Absolutely not. Under for sure now. If the Cincy team total is plus money, not happening. Gio says, I know you don't advocate for crazy gambling parlays, but have you ever hit on anything big to speak of on a long shot? Crazy parlays? No. No, I don't ever do crazy parlays. My long shots are what? Sale 30-1 Cy Young. I've hit some good things like that. Some player props. But again, the parlays, I just have a problem going 7-1 and losing money. That's just bizarre to me. And it's not to say I didn't used to do, Monday nights. That's Monday night. Let's go. Down, nickel reverse. Line them up. Round robins. 20-time lightnings. Let's go on so-and-so laying points. Nah, I can't do that. That's not a moneymaker. Not a moneymaker. Lions, Vikings, Packers are 23 straight up so far this season against non-divisional opponents. So you like the Lions over the Bills. Vikings are playing the Bears. Packers are playing Seattle. So this would be all right, except you got the Vikings are playing a divisional opponent this week. Tigers supposedly interested in Walker, Bueller, Kyle Gibson, and Andrew Haney. Signed Alex Cobb 1-year deal. These are fifth men. I don't hate the Alex Cobb move. You got to get guys who are going to pitch some innings. Guys get hurt. As a Tiger guy, you know this. Your whole team's been – pitching staff's been injured for – Matt Boyd and what was his name? Casey Mize. Like how many guys? Spencer Turnbull, right? Sign all these pitchers. Bring them in. Someone will have a good season. Somebody's going to get hurt. If you could sign them, sign them. But you definitely need a first baseman. I think Alonso for you guys would be good. Nice veteran kind of guy. Because I understand the Yankees are first baseman, but they can't take Alonso. Because it'll just be, Soto and Alonso. If I'm Alonso, I don't want to go to Yankees. That's all I'm going to be here. You compare me to Soto because we swap players. No way. I'm not doing it. I'll be like, I'll go to Houston. I'm going anywhere else. I'll go, please. I'll go to the Giants. I'll go to the Cubs. I'll go to the Red Sox. You want a first baseman? I'll go to Detroit. I'll go to the Indians. I am not. If I'm Pete Alonso, I'm not going to Yankees to be paired to freaking Juan Soto for how many years I'm in New York. No. Over is 59 and a half. 50 and a half. I still don't like it. Dollar Store Yankees just offered Soto $750. My goodness, I'm not clueless. They could offer him whatever the hell they want to offer him. He was never going to sign. He was never signing. Let's see what they offer Corbin Burns. Why don't you offer that guy $200 million? They can offer him $180 million. Why wouldn't they offer $180 million for Willie Adame? You need a third baseman. You need a second baseman. You need a first. You didn't offer him a nickel. Not a nickel. This is fugazi money. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous nonsense. They offered him. They offered him something they knew he was never going to accept because the guy across the street was coming in with $800 million. They offered it. They could offer whatever. They went with 4 offers, and they weren't even close to being the top offer. They weren't even a second best offer. That was the freaking Blue Jays. The Blue Jays. If the Yankees were going to offer him money, they wouldn't have hit him with a $350 million or $400 million contract out of the gate. They would have said, here's $700 million. Here, if the Yankees would have played their cards right, they would have said, here's 4 years, $200 million. There you go. You want $50 million a year, and you're a free agent at 30. And then they could get in the same boat that they were in with Aaron Judge at 31, being a free agent going into his 30s. They could have said, here's $200 million, $50 million a year. Say no, okay, that's fine. Hey, we offered the guy $50 million a year. He said no. What's the difference between a 4-year contract for $200 million and what the Mets did with an opt-out? Because he's going to opt. If he doesn't opt out, he gets an extra $25 million. You tell me at 30 he couldn't get another 5-year deal? I mean, freaking Judge got a 9-year deal, and he's older. And he's not as good as Soto. I don't know. He's a 50 home run guy. Soto's that's 5 years younger. We'll see where Soto is at 30 compared to Judge. We'll compare the stats in a few years when Judge is in a nursing home with Stanton. Dollar Store Yankees, absolutely. J.D. Davis, Luke Weaver. Get the hell out of here. Then we see the Cowboys try to slow the game down. We know they cannot keep up. They may try to run the ball, bleed the clock, short the game. Absolutely. Absolutely. I want moves. This team needs to stop being cheap if they want butts in the seats. Tigers' projected payroll is around $80 million. Well, again, you mentioned the pitchers they're after. Cobb's a nice little back of rotation guy. You want Buehler coming back from his second Tommy John? I like him pitching there. That's a good pitcher's park. And the thing with Buehler is, again, get those other guys too, because maybe Buehler's a bullpen guy now. He might be better in the closer role for 2 innings. I don't know. How's his arm going to hold up? I mean, if he's going to be another 5-inning guy, the Dodgers should just sign him and be like, oh, look, we got another 5-inning pitcher. It's their whole staff. Breggy turned down the Stroh's 150. I can see the Sox going after him. I mean, why wouldn't Tigers go? Why? I mean, Cleveland needs a bat, but they got Ramirez at third. Turned down 150 from the Astros. They beat the Giants and the Redskins. Did you see the end of the Washington game? Now the Giants are good. Mr. New York guy. Now the Giants are good. Oh, Mr. Numbers. Dylan Gabriel, Travis Hunter, Ashton Genty, Cam Ward. These are your Heisman finalists. Who wins? You think Genty would probably get there with a 2,000-yard season or whatever he's got, but Gabriel's got the numbers. I mean, how is Travis Hunter in this conversation? He's not even the best wide receiver. He's not the best wide receiver in college football. I mean, Let's see. Where is Mr. Hunter? He's got the 6th most yards, the 5th most passes, 2nd most TDs. But the guy on San Jose State's not going to get a lick of consideration. Neither is the guy on Bowling Green. I mean, if it's TDs, you got a couple guys similar numbers. I mean, why isn't there any love for Restrepo on Miami? I mean, I guess it's Hunter because he's a two-way guy. I mean, Cam Ward probably gets some noise. They've already penciled in Hunter because it's a popularity contest. It's not about anything else. Ninja's in the house. He says the Bengals smash tonight. I disagree. It's like a nil deal. There you go. Soto gets $70,999 per pitch if he swings or not. Not a bad look. Mr. Herman says, Higgs doesn't know how to work with the sites and find good parlays that hit alternate bets bunched together. So I'm not a parlay guy. Don't like buying points. I don't do it. Again, if it's so easy to do and all this crap, I mean, start up a site, quit your job. Let's see how many people are doing that. I'll count them on my hand. 0. Lauren, you think the Jays sign Vladdy long term what he's worth? No. I mean, I shouldn't just come out with a flat no like that. Depending on where they are next year, maybe they trade him. Maybe you trade him, get some talent. And again, they should have just unloaded everybody this year and got rid of the pitchers, Gausman, Kikuchi, Barrios. I know Kikuchi left. Whoever. Spring, got rid of whatever you could have, brought back prospects, and then it's free agent time. Let's go to work. You tried to get Ohtani, it failed. You tried to get Soto, it failed. You're going to have to pay over the top for Vladdy? I don't know what Toronto's deal is. They got money. They want to talk about Cohen. Toronto's got more money than Cohen does. He's trying to be Charles Woodson, yes. That's it. They're going to. I mean, the odds are off the board for him. I mean, I would just take somebody else just based on who I am. The Jays did not offer $750. Well, okay. Here we go. What? The dude is gone, Mr. Numbers. They didn't sign him. I told you in March they wouldn't sign him. I said he'd go to the Mets. They weren't going to pay him more than Judge. They didn't pay him more than Judge. I don't care what they offered. They're not paying him. You know he signed with the Mets. He's on the New York Mets. So they didn't pay him. They didn't pay him more than Judge. They didn't pay him jack crap. That's why he's wearing a Met uniform. You put your 2-week notice. You're coming with your little parlay. You're going to be on. He's going full time. All right, Gio. But Gio, you don't do like, hi, I'm going to do a 14 parlay or teaser, and you're buying 15 points on games. You know, you're not doing 17 leggers. You're doing a 3-teamer for minus 120 or something, or 105s or lower odds. That's totally different than buying 10 and 15 points and laying $1,800 money lines and $2,700 money lines. Totally different ball of wax. It's not even a ball of wax. It's a totally different. I don't even know what it is. No clue what's going on the Yankees. Okay. Apparently, I mean, you don't either. I mean, you think Juan Soto's on the Yankees. You think Juan Soto's on the Yankees. I mean, I'm flying. I got to fly up there to help you. We got to get you some medical attention. This guy thinks Soto's on the Yankees, everybody. He thinks Soto's on. Can we? Is there a verification that this has happened, right? It just didn't come across my Twitter and MLB.com, right? He signed with the Mets. He's not on the Yankees. Michael B threw $50 on the Ducks. And absolutely nothing about hockey, but I feel that it might be more interesting than this football game. Is this the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim? There's different outliers that can make their crap look easier, cash 60%, but for the rest of it, exactly. Yes. So your little parlays, because you show me the parlays, it's not the odds are different. It's just a totally different. You can't do that. Hey, we're going to buy 14 points on this game. Look how easy this is. Like the guy, hey, we're going to do a money line minus 10,000 to win $104. Okay, yeah, you're real. Good luck with that, because favorites never lose. Apparently he did sign with the Yankees, though. Mike, Mr. Numbers, the guy, he signed with the Yankees. He's on the Yankees, according to Mr. Numbers. John says, you talked about this late in the season this year that the Cardinals need to get younger, and I believe it is now Goldschmidt or not are probably moving. Well, Goldie's a free agent, so they're talking because Walker's going to leave. They're going to say Goldie's going to go back to Arizona, and hey, I played here, wrap it up. They should have traded Arenado last year. I mean, let's be honest. That's a Yankee move. Let's bring in the 32, 33-year-old guy to play third base, and he's got a $35 million contract. That's a Yankee move. That's Yankee baseball. We'll trade for Arenado. We're going to sign old Alonso. Let's bring in Brandon Drury, some other 35-year-old guy we could move around, utility type player. I mean, really, where's Felix Vermin? This is Yankee baseball. Until Higgy admits he was wrong, the Yankees would never pay more to Soto than they paid Judge. I'll keep saying it. I was absolutely right. They didn't pay more to Soto. He's on the Mets. They didn't pay him. I mean, what are we talking about here? Can I get somebody in the chat that can verify that Soto is on the Mets, that the Mets are paying Juan Soto? I should never buy points. Hard enough to make $1 minus 115 to 120s. Exactly. That's my point with what I'm talking about when you're doing 6-teamers and buying points and teasers and this kind of nonsense. And a guy like Stop Geo, I think he's a little kind of disciplined in his action, because I see when he sends me his little cards of what he does, he's not doing crazy stuff. That's a whole nother outlier being a pro. Can you control your nonsense, which people can't do? Which people can't. I mean, you see these things they roll out with these little slides like, I forgot what school they did here in Texas. Like, nobody pulled money out of their account. They just keep losing left and right. Same game. I mean, time you open up DK, same game parlay comes up. Same game parlay. My son, 18, all of his friends, same game parlay. Oh, we got same game parlay. I'm like, get that. I said, I'm going to kick you out of my house, bro. Get out of my house. Same game parlay. You're not going to live here. He's out on the street. That's what I do to my own son. Same game parlay. Get out of here. Here, I got a tent. Go. We got a lot of land next to it. Go pitch a tent, fellow. Not under my roof with that. Get out of here. I'll take Christian Walker. I agree. I buy points. I buy many points for teams and bunch together for a parlay. Yeah, you do. You like your parlays. Not what I was referring to, but once you get beyond 2 teams, parlays seem like a lottery ticket. They are. I mean, you're going to throw out a 7-team. We're alternate lining. We're buying the total from a 47 to a 56. I mean, what are we doing here, though? And then we're going to comment on something like, "Hey, if I was allowed on the sites, I'd be better than all you guys." Really, you're buying 9 points on a total? Yeah, okay. It'd be nice to play with Monopoly money. Let's buy 14 points on a team. Let's buy 9 points on a total. Okay. All right. What are you laughing at, Mr. Numbers? Timothy's in the house. Welcome. All right, back to the props here before the game. Bengals or Brown? Again, rushing props here. You heard Doug's breakdown of his rushing yards, attempts, Dallas's defense. This was all things I thought about before game, and also thought it's going to be kind of low-scoring game. They're going to run a ball. So 80 yards is plus 105, 90 is plus 150. There's me buying plus monies, plus 105, plus 150. Receiving yards for Chase. Again, he's a guy who can catch a 67-yarder, and then the 100 is 2 plays away. Plus 145, sure. Cowboys, I only one guy, Dallas Tolbert. I think he's going to get his 25.5 yards. because I got him. We'll bring up any tutties in a second. And Shoemaker. No one's put in the chat. I told you, try to find it. I can't find it anywhere. I can't find a Shoemaker anywhere. I want a yardage prop. I can't find it. Not happy. We're gonna back up here with Shoemaker 7-1 on the touchdown for him. So he's gonna score, folks. He's gonna score. Tolbert again, third receiver, but he's got 4 tutties, half of the targets, and he's right behind CeeDee Lamb here. Or he's actually tied with CeeDee Lamb for touchdowns on the team. So what are we doing here? I'll take it. And again, I mentioned Shoemaker's spot. He's been getting the ball the last few games. 6 targets, 4 targets, 10 targets the last 3 games. You're going to give me 6 shots at scoring a touchdown? Okay. And Lamb, you got to take Lamb because he's CeeDee Lamb. The Bengals, they got the 2 tutties for Brown. Again, I'm not going to lay like minus numbers here for him and Jamar Chase. So 3-1 for him, plus 425 for Chase. And I think that's it. Did I do the receiving yards? We covered them all. Let's get the scroll going back with that there. All right, into the chat. Bengals are -5. Aegis. I like the Cowboys. Didn't bet it, but I like Dallas today. And now it's up to 50.5. I do like the under. Mr. Number showed Higgy many crazy parlays with 10 teamers and lots of extra points and would say, how could this lose? No lottery tickets. Exactly. How could it lose? How could it lose? Bill's money line. How could it lose yesterday? How could it lose? No way a favorite can lose. Never happens. San Francisco 49ers. Favored in every single game this year. They're 6-6. Michael B., have a good night. How can it lose? Does not happen. The Bills have 3 losses on the year, but how can they ever lose? Niners favored in every single game, 6-7. How can it lose? I put the Chiefs -4 in, and we lose. Yeah, Chiefs do not cover games. That is their 11th one-score game. Can't cover the 4. I was with you, AJ. I thought you were going to cover a game. I thought, and again, I didn't bet them against the Raiders, and I thought to myself, you nearly lost to the Panthers. I thought for sure Andy Reid would be like, guys, it's freaking Thanksgiving. Can I have a game without some freaking agita for once this freaking season? Can we beat the Raiders? They beat us on Christmas. Can we beat these guys, please, and have a nice weekend for once this season? No, they almost lost that game. And the Chargers are coming up back-to-back road games off of back-to-back prime time games, and you can't put them away? And you don't want to say they're going to get picked off, but you keep playing like this, you're going to get picked off. But how do you bet against them in the playoffs? How do you bet against them? They just win games. 12-1. Haven't played a good game yet. Yeah, put your mortgage on Dallas. There we go. Oh, you just no. Put your mortgage on. Oh, brother. You're one of those guys. Spend it all. Everything out of the account every single night, huh? Well, what am I going to say? Go for it. It's Christmas. Why not? You put your mortgage on, you're out of money, you're not having a Christmas anyway. So you got less things to carry out the door. Oh, man. All right. Let's get some manners when we get out of here. Got to hype up the premium site, gamblersworld.net. Listen, this is the free pick channel. Gamblersworld.net, the sponsor, the host. We do sell picks. These are free picks. We have a pay site. I know people don't like to do that, but you should if you want to make money because we make you money. Head on over there and get on board with gamblersworld.net. Let me see here what we got. We have our Friday live, 1 o'clock, me, Victor K, Mark Lawrence, live football. We have NFL season pass, end of the year, $199. Daily pass is $69.99. Go get it. 3 738 packages guaranteed. Show your profit, or it is free. We credit you back. and you find somebody else. We got a leaderboard. You see how we do, win or lose. Always the truth, folks. I know a lot of sites don't post losers. We do. I tell you when I lose. Hi, 66 and 69 win NFL this year. There you go. How about that? Somebody told you I have a loser record on a site. Gamblers World, you go see my record. Losing record in NFL. It happens. Winning record in college hoops. Winning record in college football. 4-4 in the NBA. 7-9 on the ice. Limited action. But that's what you're going to get from me. Trust me on Dallas. That's fine. I'm not telling you to bet the mortgage on it. We don't do that. I don't bet like that. Neither should you. How much is your mortgage? $200 a month? Big deal. Wow. Mr. Numbers coming in here. $200 a month. That's not even a trip to the supermarket for me. $200. This guy. Where does Mr. Numbers live? This guy's in the Northeast. $200 a day is like a Northeast mortgage. Ridiculous. I love Texas. Got to get out of dirty Jersey. All right, everybody. Good luck tonight. I'll be back tomorrow here on the YouTube channel for Winner Circle. Hit the like button, notification bell, because me, Chip Trimbus, and Matt Fargo will be doing some college basketball. And, of course, I'll bring up Soto and Mr. Numbers because I have to. Good luck, everybody. Bye-bye.